So let's just start and by welcoming all the guests that we have with us today. Pawan Khera joining us, spokesperson of the Congress Party with us. Dr. Zeenat Shaukat Ali, Professor of Islamic Studies is with us. Lalita Kumara Mangalam joining us as well, member of the BJP and a former chairperson of the NCW. Dr. Chandrarajan with us right here in the studio, who is the lawyer of the All India Women's Personal Law Board. Taslim Rahmani joining us as well, the president of the Muslim Political Council. Dr. Hina Zahir Naqvi is going to be with us, the first female Qazi who's been battling Triple Talaq for quite some time. All of them with us on this program, and Asaduddin Owaisi also joining us in just a couple of minutes. But before I go across to him, let me just get a range of some of the voices to get their instant takes on this, on what has actually happened. Taslim Rahmani, let me start with you. The Muslim Political Council and others, you've often said that, look, this is a terrible practice and it should be done away with. Now that a law has come to actually criminalize it, what would be your objection to the law?
You see, I would like to start with a very famous Hindi Bollywood song that इतनी जल्दी क्या है गोरी साजन के घर जाने की आ सखियों के संग बैठ जरा कुछ बातें हैं समझाने की but nobody is ready to go and understand. They in such a haste. We are not against criminalizing the instant triple talaq. We are not against it.
You spoke about haste. You know, it might interest you to know. One of the first stories I think I did in my journalism career was about triple talaq, instant triple talaq, how it should be outlawed. And I remember interviewing a range of people who said it's a terrible practice and we should do away with it at some point. I'm talking about 25 years ago. So it's a long period of time has gone by, and perhaps you and others could have taken greater leadership in making sure that something would have been done about it, which wouldn't have necessitated laws or the Supreme Court and other steps.
As far as I use the word haste, it is about the procedure of bringing the bill to the parliament without consulting the stakeholders. In normal practice, you know that for every bill, experts are always being consulted, and if that practice would have been followed, then there would not be so much discrepancies which this bill actually has. And I am sure that it will be declared ultra virus if it goes to the Supreme Court.
Too much hurry for the bill. Dr. Chandrarajan, would you agree with that? What is it that the All India Women's Muslim Personal Law Board is saying?
First of all, on behalf of All India Muslim Women Personal Law Board and on the President of All India Muslim Women Personal Law Board, Madam Shaista Ambarji, I would like to thank Modi government and all its associates, all its ministries who have worked day and night for this bill. And as far as this haste is concerned, I completely disagree with them who are saying that this it was brought in such a hurry. If you will just look at the bill, it is saying 68th year of independence. 68th year. After 68 years, you are bringing a bill to protect the women's merit right in Muslim women. I don't think it is in a hurry. It is very, very late, I would say.
So the hurry point we were just debating and arguing, but there may be other aspects.
Bringing out the bill.
Sorry?
I said the procedure through which this bill has been placed to the table. I talked about that, not the 67 years.
Procedure also, it would require consultation at larger part or with the society or with the stakeholders, only if there are too many intricacies in that. I would rather agree and I would rather appreciate that this bill has actually seen the light of the day.
Okay. Let me now get a range of other voices in. Zeenat Shaukat Ali, if I could just go to you. What would be your take on it? And I'm going to try and get initial reactions from everybody. Too much hurry? Well, it's been a long time. Questions around this bill which are still open-ended. There are some issues in the bill that are causing a certain amount of concern, like criminalization. What would be your take, Zeenat Shaukat Ali?
No, I think I welcome the bill. I think it's historic. I think that this bill should have been passed very much earlier, and I think that this complete instant triple talaq is I have been saying again and again is anti-Quranic, anti-constitution, anti-gender justice. So I welcome it, and I want to congratulate the government for getting it in. So that is my take on this side of it. The other side of it is that should there be imprisonment? Now you tell me that, when, it is known as sinful, that the Supreme Court has given a verdict on it, that, it is nothing, it is against religion and it is nothing to do with religion, and it is a sinful act. The very word bidat means heretical or innovative, is something that the Prophet Muhammad never said. It is something that the Quran does not talk about. So why should a person who destroys a woman's life in one instant by uttering this word 3 times in a matter of 3 seconds, whether he's drunk, whether he's on the telephone, whether he says it in jest, whether he says it in a fit of anger, etc., should not be punished. He should be punished. Okay. And because once this deterrent comes in, he will think 10 times before uttering this word. So far, it's been a loose word. It's been a very loose word that he has been using to capacity whenever he wants to. And how
okay, Zeenat, I heard you.
The dignity of the woman has been damaged. Her self-respect has been damaged.
All right, I heard you. Let me just get Asaduddin Owaisi on this, who made an impassioned speech in Parliament also today. Asaduddin, you seem to be saying that your argument seems to partly be about the misuse of the law. You are saying it's an effort to imprison Muslim men. Presumably that only kicks in if somebody is carrying out a practice that has been widely denounced by many, even within the Muslim community.
Well, Vikram, not only that, this bill is unconstitutional because it violates Article 14 and 15 of our Constitution. And why do I say that? Is because this law discriminates and it violates Article 14, because if a Muslim man is charged under this act and a non-Muslim is charged in a different act, the punishment, if given by court, would be 1 year for a non-Muslim and 3 years for a Muslim. Isn't this violation of Article 14? My only request to the government was that after Supreme Court has said that Triple Talaq does not dissolves the marriage, the husband and wife still continue, which Section 3 in the present bill also talks about. Why are you giving a handle to a Muslim man to go to a court and say, okay, now 90 days are over, I am giving you a lawful divorce, that is Talaq Ahsan or Hasan? How do you expect that a poor woman would prove beyond reasonable doubt? How can she bring in evidence? This government cannot prove a 30,000 crore scam in 2G. Can you expect a poor Muslim woman to get justice?
No, so is that?
I mean, who is there in the house now?
So I'm just trying to understand. Hang on.
These are all practical difficulties.
Asaduddin, I just want to ask you: is your main objection to the fact that with imprisonment, reconciliation becomes impossible or virtually impossible? Is that your concern, or is your concern that this law is going to be misused and Muslim men are going to be arrested, which is what you were saying in Parliament? Which is your concern?
I would stand by what I said in Parliament. The 2 points which you made, I concur with that. And not only that, Vikram, I would request your channel to please expose this government that Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad during his reply in Lok Sabha said that we are now thinking about how to tackle other 2 forms of talaq. This is what I'm saying, the cat is out of the bag. This is how they want to take away even the 2 talaq which are there. This is what Ravi Shankar Prasad said. This is what this government said in Supreme Court. Please read paragraph 77 of what I am saying. Now the cat out of the bag. You want to take away every form of divorce.
Lalita,
you want to take away Muslim personal law. You want to take away every act.
Okay, regulate. Lalita Kumar Mangalam. Lalita Kumar Mangalam trying to say something. Lalita Kumar Mangalam, let me come to you. Is this, Asaduddin Owaisi seems to be saying this is part of an assault on the Muslim community. That's what it's been said. The government is trying to take over some of the rights out there, and this is the thin end of the wedge. How would you respond to that? Lalita Kumar Mangalam.
Vikram, about 3 years ago, when several Muslim women's organizations came to me when I was chairperson of the NCW, and they asked for me to help them to move, to do something against this horrific practice of the Triple Talaq, which has not only ruined the lives of millions of, and literally millions of Muslim wives, it's also today started being used, don't forget this, for trafficking of underage Muslim girls. Middle-aged Arab sheikhs, etc., come in from the Middle East, marry underage girls, sleep with them, I'm sorry to be so crude on national television, have sex with them, and then divorce them immediately and go off. But that aside, the fact is that you will see the only protests are coming from Muslim men. Muslim women almost across the board have said that they will thank the government for relieving them of what has been a Damocles sword that has been hanging over their heads for years, not just years, centuries. In the name of religion, Muslim women have been really tortured. I don't think Muhammad would have said this. I'm not an expert in the Quran, but I still say that I do not think this is the fault of the religion. This is the fault of the patriarchal mores and the customs that are being thrust down Muslim society as a whole and penalizing Muslim women. And let's not forget the children of those women. What about their rights? Asaduddin Owaisi is talking about the rights of Muslim men. What about the rights of Muslim women and children? And what haste has been shown?
It's
almost
the haste point we already looked at. Let me just try and get a reaction as to how Muslim women in general have taken this. Dr. Hina Zahir Naqvi is with us, one of the UP's first female qazis who's been battling against this. Dr. Hina Naqvi, just wanted to get your reaction. The law that has come, is it a law that you in general support? And how
yes,
is it?
Of course, we have been long waiting for abolition of this instant triple talaq because it is totally anti-Quranic. Quran has given the entire position. In debates, when people come, male especially, they say that it is not only Quran that is sufficient, only hadith. I would like to make it very clear, only their hadith is needed, where the verses of Quran, they are not very clear, because some verses have got apparent meaning, some have got hidden meaning. In the very context of triple talaq or of the talaq, it is clearly mentioned in Quran that you have to follow the 3 steps and 3 periods of purity. You have to confirm whether the woman is pregnant or not. In case the woman is pregnant, then you have to wait till the termination of the pregnancy. So we have been waiting long because Quran is haq, truth, and you must have heard Satyame Vijayate. There is always victory of truth. May it be after 14,000 years, 1400 years, or after 200 years, 2000 years, always truth will win, and this is what we have seen today by passing of the bill against the triple talaq, instant triple talaq.
Okay, Asaduddin, before I come to Pawan Khera, Asaduddin Owaisi, do you want to respond to that? As you can see, a large number of Muslim women are celebrating today. We've been seeing pictures of garlands, we've been seeing pictures of mithai being bartered. Obviously, whatever was happening with triple talaq was something that was causing widespread distress among Muslim women. And as I was just saying, a little earlier to Tasleem ji, maybe this is one of the things that Muslim men and the Muslim society should have gone out on its own and tried to do something about it, so it wouldn't have had to come to the Supreme Court or to bills in Parliament. But seeing as you didn't do something, now should you not be accepting whatever has happened in Parliament? Asaduddin Owaisi.
No, why should I accept a government which wants to take away every form of talaq? I have the right to oppose, and I wish good luck to all those my Muslim sisters who are celebrating and calling this as a victory. I would say it would be understatement to call it a Pyrrhic victory also, because I know for a fact that in courts of law, a poor Muslim woman will never be able to prove beyond reasonable doubt. This happiness will be short-lived, and believe me, this will lead to more destruction of family life, and the reality would be that this will cause more injustice to Muslim women. This is the reality. Please wait and see. Because I know for a fact that social laws will not eradicate social evils. If that was the case, Vikram, why do you have 90 lakh child marriage of Hindu people?
Dr. Zeenat Shaukat Ali is trying to
say, the need for this country is
Zeenat
to have a law for abandonment, which you do not want to bring.
Okay, Zeenat Shaukat Ali, you want to quickly respond to that, then I want to get Pawan Khera in.
Yes, this is Mr. Owaisi's wish. This is Mr. Owaisi's wish that the men should be protected and the women should be harassed, and wait and watch how Muslim women will prove in case the man divorces, there is ample ways for the woman to prove.
Exactly.
And there is ample way that the man should restrain himself. It's time that Muslim men understand that their chauvinism cannot go on, and their patriarchy and their misogyny, which they are making so obvious before national television, needs some restraint.
Okay,
And I
Pawan
think it's
Khera-
time for them to understand that Muslim women can take care of themselves, sir. And we will see, God forbid, that if a man were now to pronounce a divorce after the law and the bill has been passed in the Rajya Sabha, I personally will want to see what happens to them and how the proof is brought about. So
Okay,
Mr.
Pawan
Owaisi
Khera-
and all the gentlemen concerned should
Right, Zeenat, we
celebrate,
heard you.
because that is the Islamic law, that is the gender justice that Islam has given. That customary law has taken
There are
away
many,
over the
many
years.
violations. There are
Okay,
68
okay,
years of
Zeenat,
India's
we heard you.
independence,
Pawan
70
Khera, let me
years,
just get you
and
in the
we are still
Congress
lagging
party
there.
stance.
Other
Pawan
countries have
Khera,
gone
Zeenat,
on.
we heard you. Dr. Shakadari, we heard you. Pawan Khera, let me just get you in on this point. The Congress's stance, of course, is causing, I mean, you wanted it to go to a standing committee. You've had senior Congress leaders like Salman Khurshid, for example, saying he doesn't completely agree with whatever has happened. What is the party doing? And is the party now, I was airing a graphic earlier, big change in the Congress's stance from the Shah Banu days till now. What is the view that your party has?
Our party made it very, very clear. We were the first ones to welcome the Supreme Court on the 22nd of August 2017 when it struck down Section 2 of the 1937 Act. Our concern is very, very limited. It is 3. The onus of whether the man has said talaq, talaq, talaq should not be on the woman. Just as after Nirbhaya case, if you remember the eve teasing, the new act that the new law that we brought, the onus should not be on the woman. Why should the woman go about from door to door knocking and trying to prove that yes, he said talaq, talaq, talaq? Then the second objection is subsistence. What are the contours of subsistence? Who pays if the man is behind bars? How much will he pay? And third is custody of children. So these are very, very fundamental aspects of the proposed law, which are keeping the woman in mind. If your target group is not satisfied with what you're doing, why are you doing it?